From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Why are you a conspiracy theorist? And I said, why isn't everybody a goddamn conspiracy theorist?
This is the real research. Literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating.
I don't have a whole lot of time.
Have you personally had any experience with interdimensional beings?
What we're thinking of as aliens, they have infiltrated a lot of aspects of military intelligence. And they are not what they claim to be.
We leave you much that is undone.
That's one small step for man.
There are great ideas undiscovered.
Visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars.
Remove one of truth's protective layers.
There's a monolith.
They want those major population centers wiped out.
Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
One giant leap for mankind.
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
Those challenges are yours.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
There are places to go beyond belief. Beyond belief.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. We don't take days off because reptilians don't take days off. How you doing, Ollie?
I'm good, lad. Good. I'm feeling a little bit terracotta today.
Like a warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those. Have you seen those fucking terracotta soldiers?
I have been in the presence of some of them.
I went to China. Never went to see them.
I didn't go to China and see them, but they take some of them like on tour, like a really static rock band.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, and I saw them when they were on tour. £50 it cost me. £50 to go and look at some fucking rocks.
And did it look like they could possibly
come to life and murder me? Yes. Yeah, it was creepy. Like genuinely, even though because there was like a couple of they had a couple of the horse and chariot ones,
and
I think there was like 4 or 5 of them where I was. Anyway, it was. There was something different about them. Like I've felt this feeling like a few times in my life. The other time I can think of where I've been somewhere and I've felt really fucking strange for no apparent reason. If you go to Berlin, and I think, like, so there's kind of a way you walk around Berlin if you want to go and see like the parts of the old wall that's still there. Checkpoint Charlie, the building which I forget the name of, which they were burning the books on in the Indiana Jones movie. There's kind of a way you walk around it, and then as you come to the end of that, and like when you've done Checkpoint Charlie and stuff like that, you walk back up, which takes you kind of the train station area again, where the War Memorial Monument is of all the things, all the pillars in different sizes. Yeah. So around the back around there, I think it's been a few years since I've been there now, is a car park. And it's just a office car park with a small, like, small, 4 foot by 2 foot, say, like plaque that's in the corner of the car park, quite like nondescript. But that is where Hitler's bunker was when he killed himself with Eva Braun.
Right.
And they were, so if you go to because the Germans are very good at not celebrating Nazism for obvious reasons.
Good reason, yeah.
Yeah, but but to a way that
they don't even trend the tash anymore. I mean,
they do not. And that the haircut as well. Didn't see one comb over, not in that direction. But yeah, so you go over to the sign, and it kind of explains, like, with the layout of the car park, where all the things were. And it's one of those that, bearing in mind, this goes against everything, I think, because I don't think Hitler died in the war.
But you think he's still alive, hiding somewhere?
I think he's probably dead now. I think he probably died in Argentina.
He probably took some of the good stuff.
Maybe. But I think he probably died in Argentina, like in the 90s.
I reckon he ate a whole child.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but like there was a weird feeling there. It had that place had a weird energy. It's like, oh, okay, I'm in a place of like historical significance. Well, not like by historical.
And that was in Berlin, was it?
Yes.
Did you start off in Paris?
I didn't go from Paris to Berlin. No. That's a deep
from Paris to Berlin.
No, see,
every disco I'll be in.
You know, we've already had complaints saying, like, if Small Hands sings again, I'm out.
I mean, yeah, to be honest with you, right? I didn't do the proper Tina Turner voice last night.
No. I think you did. I think you did enough. Like, I think you did enough damage.
Right.
That's why I shared that photograph today, which
what
fucking as
you fucking did not.
Well, no, not yours. You fucking.
All right, okay.
End.
I thought you meant the photograph I sent you for a second. Then
no, but this, but the way you're saying this, Ollie, makes it sound pretty fucking gay. But what did I share? Yeah, I shared the photograph of our chart position at the minute in the iTunes charts for news and news commentary. People. So yeah, we were about 61st. We actually dropped slightly. We're like last week. I should have done this because we were in the top 50 in the US for news and news commentary last week. So it always drops this time of week because you're halfway through the shows going out. But yeah, like so. But the reason I did share that is because after your singing, that's never happening again. That level of success is now gone.
We might hit something else in the charts, you know, if I keep singing. Like fucking number one.
If you keep singing, the only thing I want you to hit is like another car.
I've never hit a car. Actually, no, tell a lie. I once backed into a Land Rover, but the Land Rover fucking deserved it. Yeah. Now, we need to remind people, Friday, because we'll do this at the end of the show. Friday for all you patrons, we will be live 10 p.m. UK time. I think it's 5 p.m. Eastern. Any of you other twats out there, you can work out the time. But we will drop the link maybe later maybe it'll be up tomorrow when you're listening to this.
At some point. The idea that we're going to finish recording this, set our live stream up, make a thumbnail before we go to bed together is probably not going to happen. Quickly, though, Ollie, apart from mentioning the fact that we have a Patreon and people can go and subscribe to the Patreon for $5.99, get themselves ad-free podcasts, the monthly live stream that you just mentioned, and early access to videos. Apart from that, and apart from the fact that you can get merch, and there is links to that merch in the comments as we speak, or you can go and subscribe to the YouTube channel too, which is also in the podcast as we speak. Apart from those things, have you seen? And like, it's not really fucking conspiracy theory, this at all, but it involves one of our favorite people. Have you seen what's gone on with Joe Rogan?
Oh, is this the caveman?
The Liver King.
The Liver King.
Well,
have you got the clip?
Just quickly, I do have the clip, but we can go over to our favorite fucking absolutely jacked conspiracy theorist now, Alex Jones, and he can tell us about it.
Oh my God, Alex looks so much like my mate Frank from the RAF. Carry on.
Alex has, like, lots of the times when people lose a load of weight, like, because it's weight can be quite, like, can make you look younger, you know, because, like, the wrinkles in your face fill up and stuff like that, and you got a bit more collagen about your skin.
Yep.
But Alex Jones has managed to lose weight, gain muscle, and looks younger for it.
They've replaced him.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've fucking replaced him.
But he's still going to tell us about this.
All right, I've got a breaking exclusive for you that I got from our sources. The Austin Police Department, as we speak, is on their way to a hotel in downtown Austin to arrest the Liver King because he's been making a lot of bizarre, cryptic threats to Joe Rogan, and that he's going to come to town and fight him, and now he's there and has posted videos that are very, very direct threats. And so I am told that he's going to be arrested for terroristic threats, and that just shows how crazy society's going. In the videos, he looks extremely deranged with dilated pupils, and so we hope the Liver King gets better. But this is what is happening in America and around the world. We need God, folks. We need God. We need to get back to God. So
I'm going to cut Alex off there. Apologize, Alex. Thanks for filling us in,
Alex.
there.
We appreciate you.
We do appreciate you. But I just thought I'd quickly, like, Liver King's fine.
Everything.
Like, he's been
anything and
fine.
Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us. And you don't have to hold a camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for, because I have my family to fight for. And I'll die for them, you know that. And you're a black belt, but you've never come across something like this, willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb. Go ahead. But then you have to contend with something else. And I weigh 177 pounds, an actual savage. And so at first you're like, fuck that guy. And, right? When you all of a sudden he did get your attention, which I already did before this, you're saying, I'm going to choke that motherfucker, that piece of fucking shit. I'm going to choke him out. That's what warriors do. You and Andrew Tate are good warriors. But you're actually better than that real tension we have. Comedy that you do is good and true. We have real tension. But what I see in you is comedy is good and true. Touch points. Well, people laugh. If we don't make fun of them at their expense, they laugh. You should all make fun of me. You should all make fun of me at my expense. Trust me, that it still works. And then you should get paid for it. And let's go. Because we're leaving. We're going to Austin. What was my very last point?
That we're going to kick Joe Rogan's ass?
The real G said it. Oh, it's my speech. Justin Fitz.
Yeah, so he's fine.
He's absolutely fine, but he does look like he before that, he just like had a really nice, refreshing blue ice pop.
I know. I saw the colour of his fucking mouth as well.
Do you think he's overdosed on methylene blue?
Right. Fucking hell, Jesus Christ. That's not what fucking HIV looks like. I mean, no. No, it's a joke. Don't mean it. Can we just, for a split second, though, before we speak about the flying saucers?
Flying saucers coming, people.
Can we appreciate how fucking hilarious it would have been if he'd have got within 5 feet of Joe Rogan?
I mean, it would break the internet.
It would have broke his fucking face.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. No, I'm going to put this out there. I'll fight you, Liver King. You know, Yeah. I'll fight you. Come over to England. Let's arrange this shit. I'll fight you with your fucking blue tongue.
I agree.
No,
Ollie
actually,
will
no. Lee,
fight you.
You can fight him first, though, Lee.
No. You've made this bed. I'm not tiring him out for you.
Can you imagine if for some weird anomaly he gets this clip and he fucking challenges it? You'll go, no, Ollie, you're fucking doing it. You're fucking doing this shit now. You know, this is going to do well for us. I'm going to get my fucking ass kicked by that blue tongue motherfucker.
Comes all the way over here thinking he's fighting Ollie Murs. Yeah, but it's like no, he's wrong as well. He's underestimated his opponent when he said you've got a black belt. No, Joe Rogan does not have a black belt. He has 3 black belts in 3 separate martial arts. Separate? That's not a word. Separate.
Has the Kidney King got like any sort of martial art expertise? Should I say?
No. What he's got is he's got
a fucking blue tongue.
He's took 90% of the steroids in whatever part of America he lives in, and to the point where I can only imagine that in his state there's like a drought. You know, it's like people are on the street corners trying to find some gear, like outside gyms and stuff like that, because he's taken them all. Ollie, even his abs aren't real. People have pulled him for years for having ab implants.
Right.
Like there is nothing like as far as this fucking primal living shit goes. And I've like, don't get me wrong, I have enjoyed the shit out of a fucking Liver King video before. But like there is nothing real about that guy. I'm sure he's very strong. Don't get me wrong. Like
he's not as strong as me.
Like he lifts lots of stuff up, and he's got a lot of. I mean, I think we could get you on the gear. To be fair.
Me?
Yes.
I don't want that to go on the gear.
I mean, I didn't ask whether you wanted to or not, Ollie. I'm just
There's
saying
already one great Brit that's on the gear, in the gear Starmer.
Gear Starmer. Different type of gear though. We could just make we would have to try and make you some sort of like you need to look the part. That's the thing. Even if you got beaten up by him,
I reckon I could Viking it up. I reckon shave the head, grow a little ponytail at the back.
I think we'd need the same amount of steroids that Liver King's on. Maybe a little bit.
I mean,
more.
If it's sponsored, I'm in.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think it'd be sponsored, but we could definitely make some YouTube videos out of it.
Roid me up. I'll hammer him with these fucking small hands.
Oh yeah, no. I just thought it was
1 inch
hilarious.
punch, no 1 inch hand.
Yeah, well, 1 inch punch. What from like distance? No, circumference.
Have you ever been like? Anybody ever put
Punched.
a hot spoon?
Ollie,
spoon on the back of your neck? A hot spoon?
Not on the back of my neck, but my dad used to do it in my hand.
Yeah, that's what it'll feel like when I'm slapping him.
For a split second, I thought you were going to turn around to me and say, "Have you ever been punched?" And I fucking listen to me, Ollie. Of course, I've been punched.
Too many times. You broke
fucking
me
twice today. And I
Has
was working
Joe Rogan
alone.
addressed this yet? Has he addressed it?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't addressed him going there. There was, I think, what sparked it all off was I think I don't know whether he was speaking to Bert Kreischer or not, and something came up about steroids and stuff like that, and he said something along the lines of, I take testosterone. He said, but I'll tell you I take testosterone, not like the fucking Liver King that takes everything and lies about it. Something along those lines. But yeah, pretty fucking wild. What have you got, Ollie? What have you got for his fucking spaceship wise? I need some spaceships.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we were going to hit this last night, but that Bob Lazar was just too fucking juicy.
Yeah, Bobby Z? No, Bobby L was Bobby Z definitely sounds like he went out with Tina Turner for a while.
He did.
Bobby L.
Bobby Z and his fake eye, what golden eye. Right, here we go. This is it. There is no sound to this thing, but we have new, I think, flare footage or some shit like that. And I was when I first saw Corbell put this out, I thought, here we go again. Just another blob on a screen. This one, I'm a little bit impressed with.
Yeah, if anyone wants to look at this, if you look for weaponized on X, I'm sure it'll be on X. So we're looking at clouds
with lots of green writing.
Yeah, it appears to be like looking at clouds top down as well. So yeah, it's flare footage above the cloud line. I didn't see anything in that, to be honest.
There you go. They see it there though, don't you? You see it coming, and then it fucking changes direction.
It looks like a flying disc. Looks like a flying disc flying through the clouds. That's insane.
It's fucking great, isn't it?
Yeah, that could 100% be like the. I mean, it might not be a disc. That could be a ball.
So, Corbell and the Napster did say this on Weaponized, that some people when they first saw it, they thought, "Is this a ball?" But when these things get leaked, they were calling it the disc, and apparently there is another angle of this.
Right. So the people that have given this footage
of the English Defence League, Tommy Robinson has.
Yeah, go away, Pierce. That was like right there was prime. What's her name though?
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, she was hot as fuck then.
She was.
But so when Corbell got given the footage of this disc, obviously whoever's had the footage, they've had it named and stuff like that because they know more about what it is than what we do.
Yeah, they know what it is. It is called it's the disc. I think they called it the disc. But this thing is, and I think they call it the saucer, but it could be the disc. I could be making that shit up. But they said that the shape of it wasn't a sphere. There is another angle of this thing. So I don't know what these other dot things are though. I wonder if those are planes or.
They appear to be part of the camera footage. I think.
Instruments.
Yeah. Seems even morph a little bit. That's quite weird.
Yeah.
But then again, it could be video. There's a lot of video compression on those clouds, isn't there?
There always is on this flare footage. I mean, look at that thing.
Oh, like this could quite easily be, like Signs or something like that. This could be a clip from Signs.
Yeah, I think this is. I think this is one of the better ones that we've seen.
This is the best thing Corbell's ever put out.
Yes,
like the best footage. Well, do you know what? No, it's not the best footage. The best footage is actually the Nemitz.
Right.
Because that you can see triangles in that, can't you?
Which one are you talking about? Are you confusing the green one that's taken off the ship and they said and there was people saying it was Boca?
Yes, yeah. Because I'm not convinced it was Boca.
Well, even if it was Boca, the reports there from the ship was
that there was fucking
what they were
pyramids.
seeing was a pyramid.
There was
yes,
flying pyramids, and that's the thing because the like people said because of the lens that was used on it, but like. Yeah, okay. So let's say that those things did make like the surrounding stars look triangular. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean the thing that was actually triangular in it wasn't triangular to start with.
Yeah. Also with this leak, what they were saying, it's fucking cold. There's no sign of propulsion at all because you'd see the white.
Tell you what, the other thing about it as well is it doesn't appear to be displacing the clouds.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Let's relook at it.
You know, even when we see the balls from the like the zoomed in footage from the balls that go through the clouds in the.
I almost want it to displace the clouds, though.
In the MH370 video, like the ball puts a hole through the cloud, doesn't it?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know if it does or if it doesn't.
To be fair, I don't. Given the footage, I mean,
you don't know where it was in.
You don't know.
Vicinity to those clouds.
Well, it looks like it's inside the clouds because it disappears in them. So it's going through them. But again, it can be video compression on these videos. That's why we can't see it. It could be any number of things. I mean, that's the thing here as well. Is this appears to be another video taken from a TV screen, isn't it? This is not the original file that's been given to someone. Yeah. Somebody's played this on a TV screen and then recorded it. And you say, has Corbell said that there's more footage of this coming out?
No, he didn't say it's definitely coming out. He said that there is more footage of this, that there's other angles of this. I don't know if that's going to come out. Maybe he's already fucking got it. I don't know. I would look. Can you imagine that though? If the data that all these UFO tech whiz, when they're working out like what sort of altitude and what sort of distance it is, and if the data from the other ones matches up with that, that'll be pretty wild.
Well, the thing is, right, Corbell, for his many faults, when he says stuff, he does tend to back it up with something. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's not. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a good something. Most of the time, because I'll be dead honest, right? I saw that Corbell had a new video out, and I didn't bother paying any attention to it because I thought it's just going to be another shit.
Yeah.
It's just going to be another shit Corbell thing. Your cat's fucking hilarious, by the way.
I didn't know he was in the room. He was hiding.
Yeah,
he was hiding in the room, and he just sat there going, "Why are you not paying me any fucking attention?
Why don't you blow me like normal?"
No, it's barbed. It's barbed, mate. Ugh, no.
It's not for your pleasure. He always tends to come out with something. And if he said there's more stuff to do with this, I can't help but think it's because he knows he's going to be able to put it out.
I wonder what the time frames are. If you look like the first ones that you put out, second one, third, fourth, fifth, I wonder if there's a pattern to when they get released to something that's going on at the time. Mm-hmm. I mean, the timing of this is we're right in the middle of fucking the world just destroying itself.
To be fair, I think this gives Corbell some more credit, to be honest, because if you wanted to make people take notice of something, this is the worst time to put something out.
I see what you're saying because there's more to worry than a flying saucer.
There's everything going on. Like the verge of fucking nuclear war. You've got like the MAGA crowd is fucking having its own little civil war, isn't it? There's so much popping off all over the place, and you drop a video of a flying saucer. In some ways, like it's just nice to have a bit of fucking stuff that isn't imminent death. But do you know what though? In a world where we've got
the Liver King threatening Joe Rogan,
the Liver King threatening Joe Rogan. No, but we don't exactly know which way this war is going to go. It feels feels like, and it's felt like this before, so it doesn't necessarily mean it has to come to anything. But it kind of feels like this is going to turn into another, like, a kinetic war, a large-scale kinetic war. I know it's try telling people in Israel and Palestine it's not already kinetic. It's, as far as they're concerned, it's a fucking reasonably important kinetic war. But
we keep hearing about this, and I mentioned it last night on the show, about this weapon that Putin's said he's got one, Trump said he's got one, this weapon that nobody's seen before. What if they've got that? And the size of this thing is 200 meters is what they're saying. 200 meters big. So it's as big as, did we work it out as big as
I struggle
747?
Yeah, it's almost like from
it's a bit bigger.
The dimensions they gave, it's like 10 feet bigger or something like that.
Yeah,
if you go nose to tail and tip to tip wing wise and draw a big circle around it,
that's how big that thing is.
That's kind of how big it's supposed to be. The thing is, with all the chaos and stuff that's going on in the world, I can't help think that, like, what's this for?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, it doesn't make sense. So they're using UFOs to cover secret technology. None of it makes sense because they could have done that beforehand. Like, we're not seeing experimental aircraft all over the place that they need to, like, blame on something. So the whole it just doesn't hold water for me that anymore. Like, it's actually silly. Like, it's a silly explanation.
Do you know what I like about the size of this thing, though? Just to go back to the size.
Am I going to enjoy this?
You might. Yeah. Well, it's not. It's nothing mucky, unfortunately. But when we were talking about the Bob Lazar craft last night, and I believe it had 4 seats or 3 seats. It's either 3 or 4 little seats, and in the middle it's got this center dome thing, and then it's got the little 3 gravity amplifiers in the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're hung up on the hinges.
Yeah, I am hung up on hinges always. If we were going to back engineer something like that,
would you argue with me that your respect for Bob Lazar hinges on it?
Yes. Yes, if that makes you feel better for that really shit joke, yes.
Are you saying that if you could sort the hinges out, that would be kind of case closed?
I'm going to replace me with that fucking cat in a minute. And
it's like you're like kind of like, it's just, if you can sort the hinges out, it's just open and shut.
I feel like telling people to fucking, just turn off right now. What are you doing? Do you want Tina Turner back?
I really don't.
Because I can bring her. But anyway, so you've made me lose my train of thought. Yeah, this craft, if we were going to back engineer it, we're bigger than those little grey motherfuckers. So maybe it would be 200 meters. It would be 200 meters.
In fairness,
big.
You don't know how tall it is.
I don't know. That is true. I don't know how tall it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, if we're going to back engineer it, I can't imagine us making something smaller. We'd make it bigger because we are bigger. If we're going to plonk some of us inside it, or maybe even more than 3 or 4 of.
I just don't believe these discs are ours.
You don't believe they're ours?
No, we've had this for such a long time, and it just like, I know we had Ashton on the other day talking about like hidden technology and the
Ashton's convinced it's ours, isn't he?
Absolutely convinced. But the time scale of how long we've been seeing these things doesn't make sense. When Kenneth Arnold was flying around the fucking mountains, and he saw he didn't see like the first discs. He was just the first person to say they skipped like saucers on a pond. Hence, we got flying saucers. These things have been seen. Like, I would argue, right? And this is like I haven't actually heard anyone else mention this before. I'd argue that the UFO phenomenon has been around longer than like the deep state. If we look at the idea that Kennedy, was probably I think the assassination of Kennedy was the inception of the deep state, the beginning of the building up of the military industrial complex that we know and love today. This is a story older than that. Like, this story goes back to the time before fucking flight. Essentially, we see pictures of like Renaissance paintings and stuff like that with things that look like UFOs in them. I just don't get if it's our tech. I think you have to have fucking stepping stones to get to it.
I mean, the way I look at it is you've seen the new plane that's just the not so long ago the US showed the new version of the stealth fighter, that fucking crazy looking wing thing.
Yeah.
That had been spotted years earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they have these like normal ones that they can use, and they kind of run off, just the technology that we're aware of. And they've got some crazy shit inside. But then there's some real deep, dark, underground shit, like the stuff that possibly Bob tried to back engineer. Maybe after all this time, it has been back engineered. But if you've got one of these things, say Russia's got one, say the UK's got one, say America's got one, China, yeah, I don't think any of them are going to say we've got this.
I think
because if you can go beyond the enemy lines, you can do all the shit you need to do.
Anyway, but we do that anyway with spy planes, don't we? We know that happens. There was the TR-3B looking motherfucker. They kind of look up mixture between TR-3B,
which has almost disappeared. The TR-3B now. Like, when was the last time you had a good TR-3B story?
Oh yeah. That's what. This is why I don't like. That's why I don't think it's ours. I think it changes its appearance.
We said, for anybody that doesn't know this, that's not been with us since me and Lee did Alien Addict, we came to this. We spoke about this so many times,
many moons ago. I remember I used to say, like, when you hear the like people refer to like chariots of fire. My thought was, well, that makes sense. If you've got something in the sky that's traveling, like it almost doesn't make sense, right? That if, first of all, why would a fucking if it's time travelers, or because UFOs since in modern history don't seem to have changed a huge amount. Mm-hmm. The shapes have changed, but it's fucking effortless propulsion. It's anti-gravity. It's no visible exhausts, that sort of thing. I refuse to believe that between the times of like Jesus and now, they were using, like, aliens got here and they were still using like fucking solid fuel rockets. Do you know what I mean? So where's the fire in the chariots of fire, for instance? Unless this phenomena posts itself as something that's recognizable to the people that are looking at it.
Like an octopus. An octopus will disguise itself with its
kind
environment.
Yeah, kind of. That's like a chameleon now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
more intelligent than a chameleon. This thing looks at the surroundings. It looks at.
Might not even be its choice, mate.
Yeah, maybe it's not.
If it's like a telepathy type thing, maybe it just instinctively knows what we can do. I just don't. I don't understand why they'd changed so much. I know there's the story now, isn't it? The idea that these things are made underwater by either a advanced life form or an ancient AI. They've always been here. The reason UFOs look different is because UFOs are made for specific tasks, bespoke. So if you need something with X amount of things in it, the AI will build it and send something out. Then it comes back, it's broken down into its component parts, and they build another one out of it, like just constant recycling of materials, which just seems like maybe, I mean, we're here to make massive leaps, but there seems to be massive leaps there with just nothing, no reason to back it up. It's just like an excuse. But like there was discs seen during the Second World War. There was Foo Fighters seen in the Second World War. These balls of fire and stuff like that. And I know people have tried to put it down to like balls of plasma and stuff. I don't fucking really buy that. People try like bring the Glocker into it. I don't buy Nazi flying saucers. I don't buy the Glocker. I'm sure they might have been working on something like that. But the fact is, I can't help think, right, so if let's say Nazi flying saucers are a thing, yeah? It's not like we haven't seen conflicts since then.
Mm-hmm.
We were sending fucking Harriers and Chinooks into Iraq
that we know of.
I mean, yeah, but there's a lot of RAF people and servicemen and stuff out there. If we were using advanced tech, like hyper advanced tech, I don't just mean like a really good like jet or a really good helicopter, because for instance, the helicopter they used when they went in after Osama bin Laden and they crashed it, that was some sort of secret helicopter. You could tell by the bits of it that were left. But we knew that. We knew there was some
We knew
sort
it was
of
a helicopter, though. It looked like a
yes,
helicopter.
It looked like a helicopter. I believe that if we were in an active war zone and there were people in Harriers and Chinooks and all of a sudden like, is that a fucking flying saucer that's fucking bombing for us? That story's getting out, man.
Yeah. I mean, the thought of it being something natural, something living, I've been thinking this a lot recently, especially when I saw that and you said this.
It looks very Nope.
It looks very Nope, doesn't it? And we've said for a while that...
Massive disappointment, that movie. Carry on.
Yeah, it kind of was, yeah. I agree. There's some bits I liked of it, though. I liked the concept of the thing. I just think it could have been done better. But I did have a thought the other day about the whole Nope thing, and when I saw this, and I've always wondered about, you know, like when you hear the stories about birds just falling from the sky, massive flocks of them just down, and people like, fucking all the birds died around this area. Was it the 5G? What is it? But then you hear things about like fish falling out of the sky, frogs falling out of the sky. So if these things are, what's the word?
Intergalactic delicatessence.
Say what?
Intergalactic delicatessence.
You mean they've got a fetish for the frogs?
Do you know what a delicatessen is?
Is it like when something's like I don't know, a truffle? No,
it's a delicacy, Ollie.
No, I don't. Then what is that? I don't. What the fuck does that word mean?
A delicatessen is where you buy ham and fucking cheese and olives from.
Yeah, and truffles.
No, I wouldn't have.
You can get olives, cheese, truffles.
Sorry. Clearly the delicatessens.
No, well, not from my delicatessens. No, but
I don't believe truffles are included in the delicatessen aisle.
It wasn't the word that we're looking for anyway. What do they call what's the word that Corbell keeps using when they go in the water and they come out of the water?
Transmedium
craft, yeah. So if this is a transmedium craft, yeah.
Is that a guy that now thinks he's a woman that can see the
I can fly. No, but what if this thing, like, say, I'm fucking off into that swamp, and it's massive. It goes in, stays down there for a while, then it's like, I need to get out of here. Comes out, lo and behold, a fucking bunch of frogs, all on top of this big, giant disc.
Genuinely,
and then it turns, and all the frogs fall out of the sky. Lo and behold, it's fucking raining frogs.
Quite easily, the worst explanation for anything I've ever heard.
Says you at the beginning of the show with the story from Berlin. You could have just said, I went to Hitler's car park and it was pretty fucking freaky. But no, we got on the train. We started to walk. We started to walk to the car park.
I didn't. I was just trying to take people on a journey. That's all.
Well, you did.
Just try to weave an experience with my words.
You've ripped that theory from my heart. Okay. So I just wanted to try and piss on your bonfire.
You felt so close to Germany when you heard that story. I was so fucking my words were so fucking visceral and vivid that you nearly started an internment camp.
Is Belgium in Germany? I thought it was in Belgium. I thought Belgium is its home. Hey?
Why are we talking about Belgium, Ollie?
You said Belgium. No. Berlin. This sounds similar. This sounds, Berlin and Belgium. Berlin. Anyway,
lots of words sound the same, like mustard. They do.
It's been a hard day, Lee.
And retard.
It's been a hard day. It's been a real hard day. But yeah, my point being is, if this thing is flying fast through the air, it's going to hit and it hits a flock of birds, boom, down. If this thing's inside
but the birds
swamp,
aren't like splattered, are they?
No, but maybe they hit the gravitational field. I don't know, and they just.
That'd be like hitting a brick wall, though, wouldn't it?
I have no idea. I feel like we need to speak to somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. It was just a theory.
I think my idea of it just being intergalactic delicatessens, and now and again, the stock is out of sell-by date, and they just open the fucking hatch and throw it out.
Do you think like we're going to get one of these things though? Do you think? Does it feel like we're going to get a fucking really deep, detailed piece of footage of an actual craft?
Something's happening, isn't it? Something's happening. See, what I was going to say before we fucking absolutely derailed ourselves. My problem's the steps to get to the flying discs, and all the things that haven't progressed. And realistically, I think progression has been slow. Even on computer chips, like people used to talk about Moore's law. Was every year or every 2 years, everything gets twice as fast and twice as small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Moore's law like stalled out about 5 years ago, if I'm correct.
I don't know. Have you seen those zoomed in? We spoke about this the other day. What about them fucking zoomed in Apple chips?
Yeah, no, but like what I'm saying is like the M2, for instance, is not twice as small and twice as fast as the M1. It's only a increment above it. Same with the 3 and the 4. Like that's what I'm saying is like Moore's law is that everything would become twice as powerful and and shrink by 2 every X amount of years. I can't remember what the years thing was. And like I say, that stalled out. So innovation has stagnated slightly, although it's still continued. We're still continuing to innovate, at least in the consumer like sphere. Yeah. I believe, and I know I've still got a bit of a root on for the AI thing after reading that paper. I don't think we get the flying saucers until we've got the AI to make it. I don't think like the more I thought about the idea of back engineering alien spacecraft, or even just like, even if it's not alien, maybe let's say it was fucking like archaeological dig, fucking from Tartaria or something like that. Do you think that shit's coming in instruction manuals?
Mate, you've just done a great fucking segue there, because
that's you know, I'm a pro.
Well, you didn't even know I was going to bring this up, so this is like that moment that Bob Lazar just agreed with us.
I'm just like fucking. I'm so locked into what I do. I just feel it.
Well done, mate.
Yeah.
So, do you remember Carl Nell? When I show you the guy, it's the aerospace guy. He spoke about non-human intelligence, and it's real. You'll remember the guy. I'll bring him up anyway.
Fucking craving any type of intelligence right now.
There we go. I'll pretend that's a compliment.
Blue said, and Ross alluded,
let me turn him
progress
up.
on this topic would not be possible without the support and grassroots efforts of the folks that are participating in this chat.
Is it too low?
The folks that are in your guys' orbit. And so what actually is this topic, right? And Ross and Lou also have alluded to this. Non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity on this planet. This interaction is ongoing and it's not new. And there is zero doubt. But you already knew that. So how do we go about convincing other people that this is the case? Particularly people that aren't necessarily privy to all the information that some of us may otherwise be. And so there's 3 principal lines of effort, 3 principal sources of data. There's essentially the first principles argument, which basically says, counter to common belief, that life is common in the universe. How do we know life should be common in the universe? There's 20 billion sun-like stars in the universe. The sun is a population 1 star. There are planets like this, there's stars like the sun that are 5 billion years older than the sun. That's plenty of time for other civilizations to evolve on these other planets. There's recent scholarship that says that life evolved on Earth in the Hadean era. The Hadean era was before the crust even cooled. There's recent scholarship that says that microbes have been found in terrestrial rock that have dated to 2 billion years ago, essentially in stasis. So life evolved here very quickly. There are many, many planets like the sun, and there are many, many planets that are much older than the sun. People that would argue that life is uncommon have to justify that proposition more than anyone would have to justify the fact that life evolves very quickly. The second point is faster than light travel. Everybody says faster than light travel is not possible. This is false. Miguel Alcubierre, a postgraduate student at the University of Mexico in 1994, solved Einstein's equations for an effective faster than light mechanism. NASA has investigated this. Everyone accepts his solution is valid. His solution requires negative energy. In 1960, quantum physics demonstrated or predicted the reality of negative energy. In the 90s, the Casimir effect was demonstrated in the laboratory. The Casimir effect demonstrates negative energy. the expansion of the universe, which is caused by dark energy, is negative energy. So we have a solution to Einstein's equations that allow effective faster than light travel. We've got the existence of negative energy proven. This isn't an engineering solution. This isn't a means where we can go and do this, but theoretically it's possible. And this is not argued by modern scholarship. So from a first principles, life is more than likely common, and we know that Einstein's equations support effective faster than light travel. That's the first principles argument. The second is the testimonial. Perhaps there are people out there that may know more than some of us might know, including people that have been in the intelligence community, such as myself. So we can look at several presidents, Barack Obama, President Trump. They both said UAP are real. We can look at, as was mentioned earlier, Chris Mellon, Dave Grush, Lou Elizondo have said non-human intelligence is real. We can look at Lord of the Fleet, Lord Hill Norton, a chief of the defense staff in the United Kingdom in past years, have said UFOs are real. We can look at the first Earl Mountbatten of Burma in the United Kingdom again, that have said UFOs are real. We can look at the chief of the Canadian Defense Ministry, Paul Hellyer, who have said non-human intelligence is real. We can look at Haim Eshed.
He reels out fucking nearly everybody's fucking name here. I mean, I remember I was obsessed with Paul Hellyer at one point. I don't know if you remember that guy. He was the guy that spoke about the banks fucking ruling the world and then being different species of fucking aliens out there.
Yeah, that was wild. I remember playing that to somebody while I was at work. He was the ex Minister of Defence for Canada.
Yes, for Canada, yeah.
That was one of the wilder ones,
and that just went quiet.
See, I don't think it did.
You think he got quietened?
No, I kind of think all this shit's connected, but we didn't think about it at the time because we didn't know the New York Post article, New York Times article was going to happen.
Well, it's been spun again. I think this is revving up now again.
I agree.
We spoke about Bob last night. We're seeing this with this UFO a week ago, which, by the way, has only got 150,000 views. I find that crazy, considering how good that UFO footage is on Corbell's channel.
Oh, that is wild. Look, the top bottom of it is that the disclosure train didn't get derailed. It I shouldn't say disclosure because I don't think it is disclosure. I don't think that's what this is. I think it's a psyop. I think it's a massive psyop that's being played on us. It doesn't mean there's not gonna be some meat on it. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just saying even if it's proper controlled disclosure, that would still be technically a psychological operation because they're preparing people for something. So it's a psyop either way. The Hellyer thing, I can't not think of that wasn't getting people just starting to rev it up, and then it literally did. Sorry, this is what I was going to say. It got to the election. And I think they paused it for the election. That's how controlled I think this is. It's just a case of, look, we can't expect to get everybody to pay attention to what we want them to pay attention to all the time. So let's...
I remember he said he spoke to a general and he said UFOs and aliens or something are as real as the fucking papers in front of you right now, or something sort of along those lines. And then he talked, but he would then muddle it in with these high societies and elites in banks, and he would talk about all the banking corruption, and then every so often he'd just fucking drop an alien bomb.
Yeah.
Which was so fucking confusing because it's
I'm scrambled to plug my computer in here because for some reason it wasn't charging. There we go. Wasn't charging while we were recording, and I just got the oh shit message on the battery.
Oh, it's all right. This cat just keeps trying to do shit as well. So they're trying to derail it, Lee. Yeah, I'm I think this whole thing's wild. I think the fact that we literally on the brink of World War III, if there is a blue, and we've spoke about blue beam, if there is a blue beam plan, what better time to bring a blue beam in when aliens fucking save the day and stop the nukes from hitting?
We brought this idea up a few years ago, actually, didn't we? That there could be that could be Project Bluebeam. That's the thing. Project Bluebeam doesn't have to be a fucking invasion, does it?
No,
it doesn't have to be an invasion.
It could be the complete opposite. It could be the savior. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine somebody launches a nuke, then somebody else launches a nuke? It's fucking all the world is paused, and then all of a sudden these nukes don't go off or something takes them out, and then lo and behold, fucking NASA are starting to report, and they're saying there is this giant these crafts, and they've just stopped these nukes. Perfect. Fucking perfect.
Yeah.
They saved the fucking day. And do you know why they saved the day? Because fucking nukes don't exist, people. They don't.
I really hope, like, just for my own.
I hope
like,
I'm right.
No, just for my own amusement. I hope the alien stuff is gonna go back, like, wind back up, because haven't they got a new isn't that Spielberg thing coming out soon?
Yes, there's Spielberg's new, like, documentary. I think that is coming out soon. Yeah.
Is it a documentary film or is it a series? I think
I'm not surely.
But I tell you what,
right? There.
Look, Spielberg is fucking involved in shit. If he is, like,
he's in the know.
But this is why there's a certain level of planning. Because the last time there was a huge thing, it was who was the big director that did the UFO thing not so long ago on Netflix?
I can't remember.
It was like Michael Bay or someone like that did one.
I know there was a semi decent documentary.
Who did Interstellar? Who was Interstellar?
Interstellar. I think that was Michael Bay, wasn't it?
Was it Michael Bay? I can't remember. Anyway, it's one of the big.
I love Interstellar. I should know. Fucking.
It's
did that.
fine. It's fine.
Oh no, I love that film.
It's like someone got lost in space, and 2001: Space Odyssey, and squished them together.
Yeah, even the robots look like the fucking.
Don't hate it.
No, it looks like the monolith came to life.
Yeah, don't hate it. I definitely don't think it's as good as people seem to pretend it is.
Oh no, I love it. I fucking love it.
I think my thing is, it's on the surface of it. Like, I didn't find it as, like, mind blowing as people did. To me, I think it's quite a simple fucking concept of a film.
But it's not rocket science.
No, but people were trying to make, like, this is just incredible. You're like, no, this is just an action film. But yeah, but I enjoyed it. Shut up, like.
But talking about films and that, like, the build up here, you've got fucking Alien Earth coming out very soon on Hulu or Disney Plus.
To be fair, there's always something Alien or Predator related coming out at some point. Like,
that's fair.
Very few franchises have been rang out quite as much as the Alien franchise.
I would say the majority, though, show, when it comes to movies, they show. Would you say the majority shows them as being bad? Like, if they know something about them, but then if you look at Spielberg's films, if you look at that does seem to know, does either he knows something, or what's more likely is people say, put this into your film. Your film's going to do great.
Yeah,
here's the story. Put this, and this is what we've heard.
Look,
put this into your film. the film will do great.
Aliens have been more typecast than black rappers.
Yeah. But in Spielberg films, the alien is usually portrayed as like a savior, the good thing.
Yeah, the good guy.
Yeah. It's building up, Lee. I tell you, it's going to stop the nukes.
But it's the thing that gets me is whenever these things have come on, like the big documentaries and stuff like that by the big people, there's always something like wild happening at the same time. I think that will happen with the Spielberg thing, whereas the other documentaries that dropped just at the right time when things were going on, I think the things ramp up. You'll see things ramp up towards the Spielberg film. But I mean, realistically, like, what can we fucking hope for? I mean, we're clearly not getting the Epstein documents now. That is not happening. The 500 billion Trump has just put into AI development.
Fucking hell. 500 billion.
This is the thing. I think the technologies that we would need for like the discs and faster than light travel, I think that comes after the AI. That's the problem I have with this stuff right now. I think you need the AI to solve the problems.
I mean, I after doing the show we did on AI, I'm at the conclusion I don't think we need AI. I don't think we need it, or I think we need to get rid of it. I'll quite happily make the thumbnails every single show myself on Photoshop. You know, if it means that we're not going to be taken over by fucking machines, and eventually we're going to get fucked up by them, I'll quite happily do all that.
I had a thought of this. Yeah. Human predictions when it comes to technology is rarely correct.
I'm listening.
We're fear-mongered about everything. I still think it's dangerous. Don't get me wrong, but like look at the old fucking what they call home lifestyle videos you saw in the fucking 40s and 50s, where there was people coming home to robots cooking their dinner, and there was flying cars.
Just about to say that, yeah.
Everything looked like the fucking Jetsons. I'm convinced that I can't remember what people said the internet would bring. It was something like
well, mate,
I think they tried to say, and so someone helped me out in the comments for this, that at the beginning of the internet, that like essentially media lies would stop because the flow of information would be so fucking fast to and fro that all disinformation would be destroyed. I'm sure there was something around that. Someone said that. Can you think of anything else which has been further from the truth?
No. Well, no, but going back to what you just said about in the 50s, they were showing us like, oh, we're gonna have the fucking robots, we're gonna have them making you cups of tea and all that. Who was it we had on the documentary filmmaker that did the Tartaria stuff?
Hibbler.
Sean
Hibbler.
So when he was talking about the world fairs and the technology that they were using then, maybe they did think that we were going to have fucking robots, because maybe the technology was more ahead than we're led to believe. And there's this blanket that goes over history that says
no, but you're talking well before like the 40s when those videos were around.
No, I know it's well before that, but if they have a memory of that technology, so how am I going to explain this?
I think it's less complicated, mate. I think it's just people. I think people thought we would be further along than we are.
Yes, I agree. But what I'm saying there is, we don't know about that now. We don't know about the World Fairs. It's been fucking, I don't know, it's well over 100 years, yeah? It's been a long, long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have nothing left of that. In the 50s, 40s, it would have been, somebody would have been still alive to tell these stories, even if it wasn't recorded. There would be people telling the stories of this technology that exists, and they'd be like, "When are we going to get this technology?" Yeah, they're holding it back though. You know, they're probably still working on it. And it's that guy Nikola Tesla. Do you remember him? He's
not sure.
Been doing this, that, and the other. I don't know, but I'm just putting that out there. That now you look at statues. People are trying to break statues for things that they may have done or not done fucking many years ago. People burn books, people destroy things now. Maybe that happened then. Evidence just got destroyed.
Do you know what I think AI will do? Which will be the
is this going to be a good thing?
Kind of. I think it'll accelerate even without like super intelligence. Look at it from an entertainment basis. I think it's going to be the quickest way to shrink, because we're like one generation. Like you're going to get the next generation of stuff that's coming out now, as far as VR headsets go. I think we're like we're just approaching like the Super Famicom version of it, or the NES version of virtual reality. There'll be maybe MetaQuest actually. Maybe MetaQuest is better described now as the NES. Maybe the next iteration of that is when we're going to go into like the 16-bit, maybe even skip that to a PlayStation style of thing, where there'll be a mass adoption of it. It's pretty cool. More people can use it. I think AI will accelerate the development of that. More importantly, I think AI will accelerate the development of experiences for it, so things don't take fucking, because the idea of building fucking entire virtual worlds for people to be in, that's fucking a lot of shit, man.
It's funny you should mention this, Lee. So today I found this Bob Lazar.
I've seen this.
Have you seen this?
Yeah.
So
can I finish?
Yeah, of course you can, mate.
Yeah. So what I think you're going to end up with, I heard someone sum it up today, that the reason that the kids are doing this crazy stuff online, people are genuinely like hurting themselves and killing themselves just to get fucking clicks and likes on posts, and putting themselves in like terrible fucking danger. You'll just look like the free running kids and the kids that could go and climb the massive electricity poles and stuff like that without climbing gear. It's because there is a generation now that value their lives in cyberspace more than their physical lives outside. So like the cyberspace life, the clout in cyberspace means more than the potential fucking loss of life in the physical world to them. Even if it's subconsciously they're not thinking that like out loud to themselves. I think that what AI might do is it might accelerate away, and we're going to end up with like a split society, because when like a metaverse launches, and this will happen, like in our lifetime, there will be a online platform with various things and activities and stuff you can do in it, where you can be your avatar, you can go in. I've long said that the transgenderism stuff and the like the flamboyancy and the craziness of like furries and stuff like that is essentially people just acting out real life avatars. You know, you wouldn't think twice if you saw somebody walking around as a fucking fox in like Roblox or something like that. I kind of think it's just an extension, but those people in particular, I think when they get the opportunity to absorb themselves entirely in cyberspace, they will take that with both hands, that opportunity. And what it's going to do is it's going to fragment the human race. You're going to get some people. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there is going to be a level of which everybody has to interact together in the physical realm and probably in the virtual realm as well. There'll be people that don't necessarily enjoy doing it, but they have to go to work, for instance, in it or something like that. So that's kind of the good thing. I think it might give the crazy people somewhere to go, Ollie.
I mean, if they're happy being in the own crazy little world that they've created in a headset, then more love to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I won't play that. But yeah, I found that mad that fucking Bob Lazar has helped somebody design fucking S4 and the place that he worked and the whole craft. That I want to see that. So that I'll go into that world, maybe dressed as a fox. Why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, mate. The way AI is going, I'll be honest. If I could turn it off, I would.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think that goes for a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if there's, because you can see it rumbling away now. You know, you can buy these. No, I know Nothing Phone's a brand, but there's is it Air Phone? It might be Air that's making them, and they look nice. They're like this little white tablet type phone. Is it? But I mean tablet as in like it looks like a pill, and it lights up with numbers, and you can just call people. It's just like a pebble where you can just call.
To kind of to bring this back in with what we started with, but it's still keeping within. It's still it's a good segue, because we spoke about and people have always said there's the stories of these things turning up and shutting down nuclear weapons. Maybe nuclear weapons is not the biggest fucking threat. Maybe AI is the threat. Maybe they've experienced this. You know, we say, well, maybe they're fucking AI that's coming from elsewhere, and that what we're seeing is an intelligence that's just a robot. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe they fucking figured out that what they were creating was essentially something that would destroy them. Maybe they are going to turn up to stop this because they realize that we're fucking creating the Borg.
There's a more terrifying example if you want that.
Go on.
That this is the natural evolution of all life forms.
That would make more sense.
That in order to progress as like a physical flesh, like biological life form, you know, you have to go through the phases. You have to invent fire. You have to invent the wheel. You know,
what's the Star Wars thing, Lee? What's Star Trek?
You have to make tools and stuff like that, and then eventually you will make vehicles that you can throw yourself around your environment in. But the vast distances between you and everything else will always be a problem, and the mental capacity of a biological entity will always be a blockade, and eventually you give birth to technology smarter than you, and the technology just takes your torch and runs.
Because something that is a machine that essentially, if it's well fucking oiled or whatever, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to get bored.
Right. The idea of self-replicating machines, I don't think is like outlandish either. People will say, "Yeah, well, who's gonna fucking build them and upkeep them, and like who's gonna put them in charge?" But the fact is, we're self-replicating machines. We're just biological machines. Like essentially everything about us is a machine. I'm not trying to strip anything away from the soul. I think anyone that knows this show probably understands that. I understand that, or I believe that fucking consciousness is something that exists outside the human body. Blah 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 blah. But doesn't matter. It's the fact that to say that a machine couldn't attain the position where it can self-replicate itself would be like us looking back at cavemen going, well, yeah, there's no way they're going to be able to continue doing this. Because when you look at it's something I've always found wild, right? When you look at how humans have evolved and what we've done. Right, you've got children. You've done this twice. I've done this once. I found childbirth particularly easy myself.
Didn't stretch your penis, no.
Oh, fucking came out of my nose. The fact is that anyone that's had a child, it's a fucking it's a thing, there's a series of events that happen from the minute you walk into the hospital to when you walk out of the hospital with a child. It's mental to think we even did that in Victorian times.
Oh yeah.
Let alone as fucking people living in cave. And again, I'm not 100% down with the fucking timeline of what known history is, but for the sake of it, we'll just go with it. How did we go from being outdoor cave dwellers, giving birth in the same mechanical fashion that we do now? How did anyone survive that? How did enough people survive that?
I mean, well, the wild thing...
what I'm saying is, Ollie, if we can do that as a biological creature, then a machine can work out how to do
it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were the first things here that it was the Neanderthals, but we killed them.
Yeah, true. That's
this is the evolution apparently. Now. We're the fucking Neanderthals now, and we're creating something.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of think all that's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean they were fucking ugly. How would they ever get laid?
I think it's.
I can't hear you.
I think it's all bullshit, Ollie. I think all of our history is bullshit. I think we've been fundamentally lied to.
Oh yeah,
I mean just about everything.
Doing this show has an effect. That has that type of effect, and living this show day in day out, mate. They could tell me like, Earth. If someone had a theory and said Earth's a fucking triangle, I'd be like, tell me more.
You'd be like, is that triangle flat? If so, I'm in.
You're not gonna get a fucking round triangle, are you?
No, but you got like a 3-dimensional triangle.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want any sides to your triangle Earth, do you?
I just don't know. I don't want to fall off. I don't want to fucking fall off. What? That's another theory on these. If you're bringing up fucking flat Earth, that's another theory on these flights.
Tell me there was a passing comment, Ollie, but here we are.
No, but that's another theory on where
if you're going to bring off the flat Earth, I'd just like to point out that that's my vibe. So
But why have I got a wooden knife in my hand? I don't know.
Don't know. We've just been banned for YouTube for terrorism, probably. Thanks, Ollie.
Admiral Byrd.
Easy for you to say.
Said that there was a hole in Antarctica. Yeah. And out of these discs came out and took, I think, him and his crew in there.
Admiral Byrd didn't say that.
Was it not Admiral Byrd? Who was it then?
No, it was Admiral Byrd's diary said that, which was written by his nephew.
Right.
So look, I hope it's real. Because that's Admiral Byrd was flying over the poles. There was a thing. Flying saucers came out, fucking tractor beam the motherfucker, dragged him down to Agartha, which was like the inner Earth, and he had a jolly with them, and then he left. But yeah, I hope that's real.
Look, they took the plane in there, then they managed to get the plane back out. Then they placed the plane gently on the ice, made a little runway for him, refueled it. He took off and went back. It sounds completely plausible to me. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you have that disbelief in your eye.
Do you remember the Hollow Earth video that did the rounds in the 2000s?
Was that the one from NASA where it showed the hole in Antarctica?
The hole with the fire kind of coming out of it and stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
I think it was real.
Well, apparently it was debunked. I've never seen a decent debunk on it, and like, no one's ever explained how it was made. No one's ever come forward to say that they made it.
Is it still there?
It's still there.
Is it?
But yeah.
Does it look shit now?
Should we find out?
Yes. Let's find out live. I do remember though. Do you remember when the ISS feed was live? Do you remember that?
Yes, yeah.
It used to be live, and then they stopped doing it, and I think it was something to do with funding. No, that sounds absolute bullshit because I'm sure the live feed they could have made money on the live feed from YouTube or whatever. But it used to be live, and there was one part when it went over Antarctica, and you saw there was a big fucking round hole. No fire, but there was a round hole, and that looked real. I remember that. Then it got cut and did that whole blue thing. That one, I don't know where that is now.
I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me if there's big holes in fucking Antarctica. Forget the flat thing, that there's big holes and there's something inside it. I don't know. I'm easy. I'm easy. Hollow, flat. It's one of the others.
That's really weird.
It's gone, hasn't it?
No, it's just, but it is so lumped in with Flat Earth. All you get is the same shit you get with Flat Earth. You know, like all the CNN debunks and stuff like that.
You can't find the actual piece of footage.
No.
Let's face it, these things are probably put out as propaganda, and it muddies the waters for everybody. Again, going back to this piece of footage that Corbell's put out, this could be just a fucking. It's got an agenda. I don't think he gets given these things for like a little treat for the greater good of humanity. Somebody's got an agenda. I think it's gone, Lee. Leave it. It's gone. Let it go.
That used to be so easy to find. It's all AI as well. Every other video. So if everyone going through, right, this is AI. This is AI.
I think AI. I remember this, and it looked pretty well done. It was, you could see
it looked exceptionally well done, and it's. I've
Did it have like a spinning vortex in it?
Yes, that was it. I've realised quite a lot from watching the MH370 thing develop.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those things, even back, like when I was younger, like this, and I mean back early YouTube days, when I first got a laptop. I remember getting my first laptop. It was an Acer something. And then I got broadband internet for the first time, which was like, I think it was like fucking 700 meg or something like that was broadband at the time. And I remember
700 meg's good for broadband. Your broadband was 700 meg, did you say, back then?
Yeah, megabits, not megabytes. However it works. Yeah. Yeah. Because don't forget, it's only like 200 now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I remember I'll be watching loads of YouTube videos and stuff like that. And some would come up with a conspiracy theory, like the Hollow Earth thing. And I would look at it and go, oh, it's fake, isn't it? Obviously it's fake. And just move on to something else. Never once did I think, well, do it then. I mean, like, you're not doing in like 2001, you are not making that video on a consumer grade PC.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing, like, think of video games, because that was photorealistic, that thing. So at the time, what was the best video game that would have been around there? Probably Half-Life.
Yeah.
Was probably like the top of graphics. Right. A really good PC running Doom would have been up there as well.
Well, if you remember the fucking Tomb Raider, we used to think that the cutscenes in Tomb Raider were fucking incredible. Looks like a fucking sexy jelly baby now. You know,
that would suggest that some jelly babies aren't sexy.
It would. You're right. But no, I know what you're saying.
I like the black ones.
Oh, don't eat them.
Don't
eat the black ones. No, I know somebody who works at Haribo. Yeah, he said, do not eat the black ones.
Oh, fucking hell. I was just joking. Personally,
no, this is a true thing for like
but,
black sweets where you can't see what's inside, and just be careful because some employees may or may not like
put them up the bumhole.
I don't know, but you know, if you just got a booger, I'm saying booger because we've got mainly an American audience. You know, flick a booger and you're not going to see it.
I'm not using that word. Bogey is what you mean.
Bogey, yeah. Well, I agree. I'm just trying to be pleasing for our American audience.
Why are you trying to please the audience now? You haven't bothered for the last fucking 5 years we've made content together.
I've started singing Tina Turner.
Sorry, why should I be scared? Like, I can't help but think there's a racist undertone to this, Ollie.
There is no. Just don't. You can't see what's inside them. You cannot see it.
You can't see what's inside any jelly babies.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Oh, if something falls in the mixture, right? And if you're a sweetie creator and listening to this, then leave us a comment because you'll know this. Like,
no, but Ollie, if something falls in the mixture of the orange ones, it's still going to be in the middle of the orange one.
But you will see it.
You won't.
If it's see-through, if you suck it for a bit, you'll see it.
You don't suck jelly babies, you chew them, and they're not see-through.
Maybe it wasn't the jelly babies. I think it was the wine gums. Yeah. Yeah, I fucked up there.
Yeah. You know, I feel like I fucked up somewhere as well. I can't work out where it was. But I'm like, sometimes I come out of a conversation with someone or something happens,
yeah,
and it finishes, and I go, I'm stupider than I was a second ago for this.
I sometimes feel like that way. Yeah,
yeah. Because of this interaction, I'm worse off.
I've heard that somewhere before.
Was it from your wife?
No, she doesn't speak to me, so.
Should we land this, Ollie? Should we land
let's land
spaceship?
This spherical object.
This fucking disc. Thank you very much for listening, people. We'll be back tomorrow with Wrecker, American Victus. He was one of the private security team that Timothy Alberino took with him into the fucking jungle, down the Amazon to go and look for the face huggers. Face huggers? Face Peelers.
Face Peelers.
Looking forward to speaking to him. I need to email him to make sure I fucking remind him and I confirm it. Forgot to do that, but I will do it. Going to do it as soon as we finish doing this.
And we're live Friday. Any patrons, the link will be out very, very soon. But the link's I've got hiccups. The link's probably out now if you're listening to this.
I wouldn't know. This goes out in the morning,
maybe.
Mate.
The link will go up before Friday, people.
Yes,
the link
will be up before tomorrow, before Thursday evening.
Yeah, and you'll be able to come. And you can even join in the show. We stick the link out there for you, for the Patreon members to come and join and have a laugh with us. So that's going to be 10 o'clock UK time on Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, and we'll work it out whatever else you are.
Get yourself on with us.
And we will be covering Diddy at some point. We know what's just dropped, but it's too early for us to even get into this.
Yeah, because we're the thing is that we're journalists now, because with us being in the top 60 of news and news commentary in America, and the top 50 in the UK, we are real journalists, and we need to do research.
We need to research this first. Yeah,
because we take our job very seriously.
Absolutely.
Ollie, take us out.
I mean,
that'll do.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Why are you a conspiracy theorist? And I said, why isn't everybody a goddamn conspiracy theorist?
This is the real research. Literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating.
I don't have a whole lot of time.
Have you personally had any experience with interdimensional beings?
What we're thinking of as aliens, they have infiltrated a lot of aspects of military intelligence. And they are not what they claim to be.
We leave you much that is undone.
That's one small step for man.
There are great ideas undiscovered.
Visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars.
Remove one of truth's protective layers.
There's a monolith.
They want those major population centers wiped out.
Will you put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God that you walked on the moon?
One giant leap for mankind.
Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
Those challenges are yours.
We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society.
There are places to go beyond belief. Beyond belief.